We have another huge acquisition rumor to talk about. Halo Season 2 is going to be bringing over a much wanted change to the armor cores, and Bethesda is working on a mobile game besides everything else that they are currently working on. So another week and another big acquisition rumor that is popping up. Last week it was Ubisoft. As we know, they are looking to sell right now, or at least open to hearing about any offers to be purchased. Currently, we know right now that the beginning of the negotiations of an offer being made is from private equity firms, but I'm sure they are shopping around, looking at Microsoft, looking at Sony, looking at Tencent, looking at Google. Who knows? Looking at any of these big companies that would be willing to give them the best deal to sell it if they do end up trying to sell. But now we have this, and this one has been one that's popped up multiple times as a potential company, as a potential development studios and IPs that would may be available for acquisition. And this one is Warner Brothers, as it looks like they may be shopping their game studios and licensed IPs around the industry. Now, this firstly comes here from Imran Khan on Twitter, tweeting this out. Couldn't get enough confirmation to actually write a post about it, but hearing a decent bit of chatter this week about WB Discovery shopping their game development studios around. Interested parties include EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, Sony, Tencent, NetEase, and PUBG Corp. Warner Brothers Discovery wants to sell studios and license IP, supposedly. So that's huge. Those are all massive companies, right? But out of all those companies, you look at them, and Microsoft probably has still the biggest ability to buy it, maybe Tencent. I'm not really too sure about NetEase and their worth and how much they're going to be able to purchase, but you look at Microsoft compared to Sony, Take-Two, and EA, definitely would have some cash to spend. But we know Microsoft right now is in the midst of trying to close the Activision Blizzard deal. So I would be extremely surprised if they're going to be able to try to scoop up these guys as well, if they're willing to sell right now while trying to close off Activision Blizzard. But I mean, anything can seemingly happen, as we've been hearing about these acquisition rumors for Ubisoft, now this, and whenever these acquisitions get announced, it just kind of comes out of nowhere, and no real insider has ever really hinted at it. You think about the Activision Blizzard deal, you think about Bethesda, and even Bungie. I mean, I can't think on the top of my head of an insider that really had the scoop on these deals before they occurred. They just kind of came out of nowhere and surprised everyone. But this is going to create just a lot of stir around the industry if they do sell. They have some great studios and some great IPs. So if we take a look at their game studios right now, they have so many big and great game studios, as well as tons of great licensed IPs. Firstly, Avalanche Software, right? They're working on Hogwarts Legacy. That game looks incredible. When they first showed off that first deep dive into the game, I was completely blown away. I was not expecting what I saw from Hogwarts Legacy. I didn't think it was going to be as big and expansive as it is. Literally looks like an absolute dream for any Harry Potter fans out there, or just as a open world kind of wizardry RPG. I actually can't wait for Hogwarts Legacy. That deep dive trailer, like I said, completely sold me on it. They're also working exclusively with Xbox Game Publishing on Contraband, which we know is kind of like that sandbox open world style of game where I believe you're going to be going on heists and stuff. There isn't that much information about it. Hopefully we'll get more info on June 12th when we have the Xbox and Bethesda showcase, but it seems like it's more of a Sea of Thieves style game in terms of the openness, sandbox, you play with people and you're just going out and discovering the world. You have Monolith Productions. I mean, the Middle-earth games are great games. Absolutely love them. And you have Fear, an incredible first-person shooter for back on the Xbox 360 days. And you look at Fear, it got the backwards compatibility treatment with the FPS boost. So if you haven't played Fear and you like psychological horror first-person shooter style of games, I would definitely go ahead and check those out right now. With the FPS boost, just makes it a whole lot better than it was back on the Xbox 360. And then the next big one here is NetherRealm. I mean, an amazing fighting studio like NetherRealm with Mortal Kombat. That's something I think Xbox would be very interested in acquiring, just because of the fact that they're still looking to really bring a fighting game over to Xbox Game Pass as a killer fighting game that people want to play. Killer Instinct being the one that they brought back on the Xbox 360. So it'd be really great to get a studio in there that they could take in-house to take over a game like Killer Instinct going forward. Then you have Portkey Games also working on Hogwarts Legacy, Rocksteady Studios with the Batman Arkham games, and Suicide Squad, which I believe has been delayed but still looks like it'll be a ton of fun. TT Games with Lego. Now these are all licensing stuff. I'm not sure if, like, I don't think Xbox would acquire that Lego license, but I'm sure they could still strike a deal with the Lego company if they were to acquire Warner Brothers Game Studios to continue to be making these Lego games. Then you got all of the WB games, Boston, Montreal, New York, San Diego, and San Francisco, working on a variety of stuff. One of the big things that they do work on are mobile games, so we know Xbox wants to continue to expand out into mobile, as they did and as they are going to be with the acquisition of King and Candy Crush. So this is another crazy rumor. I mean, this is something we've heard about. This is something that once the merger came between WB and Discovery, there were rumors that they wanted to get rid of their gaming divisions and just kind of sell it off. And then after that, there was some stuff that came out said that they were trying to bolster their gaming division and they were going to keep it all, but we haven't really heard anything more about that. And now we're getting these little leaks and drips of information of rumors. Again, take it with a grain of salt, but they could potentially be looking to sell. So Halo Season 2 is just around the corner. And one of the most annoying things right now with Halo Infinite are the armor cores. When you're playing online, when you unlock a new piece of equipment, you can only attach it to a certain armor core, which really restricts the overall customizability of the game. And it's kind of annoying because you unlock something really cool, but it's on an armor core that you don't use often, and just that one little piece isn't highlighted on that armor core that you have, so you never actually use that item. And people have been wanting them to get rid of this stupid armor core system since the launch of Halo Infinite, meaning that you could put the stuff you unlock on any armor core that you want, and it seems like they're going to be going along those lines. So Jerry Hook, Halo Infinite's head of design, spoke on this, saying, "We really lost incorrectly the strength that Halo Reach and Halo 3 brought to the franchise of allowing players to really mix and match everything. We knew we'd have some struggles there. We didn't realize it'd be as bad as it was. So we are looking to move away completely from the core system. What that means for Season 2 is you'll start seeing specifically what I would call in canon cores. So if you earn a coating, it's usable across all those cores, or if you earn a shoulder piece, it's usable across all of those cores. We're slowly trying to move everything to be more ubiquitous." Now, specifically from my understanding on how this is going to work is that all of your like armor, helmets, visor colors, and armor coatings, all that stuff is going to be able to be used across all the different armor cores, except specifically for the fracture armor cores, which the items were created specifically for that, so they are not planning on implementing the changes to the fracture armor. That's going to have to stay on the fracture armor cores. And then armor coming out throughout Season 2, you should be able to use across any armor core that you want, which again, a welcome change. I don't know how they thought that that was a good idea from the start of Halo Infinite, that they thought that people would want just really restricted customization, especially when you want people still wanting to have playable elites, which we know could be coming sometime in the future, but they definitely are not working on that right now. So Halo Infinite has a long way to go. They still have a lot of things to improve on, and they're going to continue to be improving on it. Season 2 is going to be a big test to see how people take to Halo Infinite. Are they going to jump back in and play? Are they excited for Last Part Standing? Is that a game mode that is going to keep people engaged for long periods of time rather than just like a month or so and then drop off and then they have to wait until Season 3? The big thing here is the Battle Pass stuff. Is the Battle Pass for Season 2 going to be enticing? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be more enjoyable to unlock stuff and then customize it across all of your different armor cores? Will that be a big difference for everybody? And how will they keep people coming back once they've finished the Battle Pass? That is the big thing we have yet to see, and hopefully Season 2 will give a better indication of that than going into Season 3, which what we know potentially is going to be bringing a bigger Battle Royale game mode that is rumored to be being worked on by Certain Affinity. So lots of questions, but also lots of excitement for the new stuff coming over to Halo Infinite. And finally, just some quick information here about Bethesda Game Studios. Looks like they are also working on a mobile project alongside Starfield and Fallout 76. So that's a lot of big games that they're working on. I mean, Starfield, we know it's going to be a massive game, and we're most likely going to be seeing how big and the scope of this game is going to be on June 12th. Fallout 76. I think Fallout 76 had a pretty good turnaround from when it first launched and just being an absolutely terrible game to where it is now, and people are still playing Fallout 76. And now on top of that, they're going to be working on a brand new mobile game. But specifically, if you go to the job posting, how we know this is going to be a mobile game, is in qualification. It says you're comfortable producing quality and optimized work for the mobile platform, low poly, small textures with well-packed UV. So this is a job posting specifically for a mobile game that we have no idea what it is going to be. Is it going to be its own brand new game, similar to what we have here with the other Bethesda games like Fallout Shelter or the Elder Scrolls Blaze? And then you also have the Elder Scrolls Legend. Then they brought over some ports of their older games like Doom and Doom 2. Could it potentially be some sort of companion app for Starfield? I know people have been wondering if that's something that is going to occur. We've seen rumors about the smartwatch that potentially could be coming with some sort of special edition with Starfield, even pictures of Todd Howard wearing what looked like the leaked smartwatch, this being the picture of the watch itself. And then this was caught here, one of the Starfield update videos of the smartwatch on Todd Howard. Whether that is the one that was leaked or that's just a random smartwatch, it looks very similar to the one that was leaked. So maybe they're working on some sort of mobile platform that coincides with the watch that comes with Starfield, links to your phone, links to the game, something very cool along those lines. Lots of speculation as to what this could be, but just another game in the works at Bethesda Game Studios. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the WB acquisition rumors, Halo Infinite finally getting rid of locking customization to armor cores, and the mobile game that Bethesda is working on. Thank you guys all for stopping by, for watching my content. If you enjoy it, please consider sharing the video around, sharing the channel around to help grow this community. If it's your first time here, you found the video entertaining and informative, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Again, thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.